Now know how Matthew Perry died. The medical examiner determined the cause of his death. The autopsy report was released today, almost 2 months after the Friends actor died. KKNO's reporter Joy Benedict is here with details of that report. Good evening, Joy.
Yeah, I mean, this is certainly one that touched so many people, many of whom never even met Matthew Perry. But now 7 weeks after he died in the hot tub of his Pacific Palisades home or at the hospital, we are now learning why it happened.
Do we dare?
We dare.
He was always there for a laugh, but the life and death of Matthew Perry was anything but funny, as we are now learning that he died from what the medical examiner called an acute dose of ketamine.
I was very surprised. This was probably the perfect storm of combinations that may have led to his death.
Dr. Angelique Campen is an ER doctor at Providence Medical Center, and she read the autopsy report.
What I foresee happened with him is what it does is it puts you in kind of a trance state. So he probably was in a hot tub in a trance state, slipped under the water and drowned.
The LA County medical examiner listed ketamine as the primary cause of death, stating that Perry had levels in his bloodstream as high as someone under general anesthesia. And although he admitted to taking ketamine treatments for depression, he hadn't had one in more than a week. So it's unclear where he got this high of a dose.
Using it recreationally, which ketamine, known on the street as vitamin K, is used recreationally, it can be very dangerous.
But doctors are clear the drug, when used properly, is life-saving.
And now in the mental health world, it's been life-saving for some people that have really intractable depression or like severe depression and anxiety.
Dr. Reef Kareem is a psychiatrist and addiction expert. He never treated Perry, but the actor's fight with addiction was well documented in his book, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing.
Every one of us has weak moments in our life. If you have an addiction, your weak moment is not just you kind of, crying to yourself or your best friend. You could die in your weak moment.
The autopsy showed Perry also had traces of buprenorphine, which is used to treat opioid addiction. There were also traces of benzodiazepine, a drug used for anxiety. Both were low doses, but doctors say the combination and the water caused us all to lose a friend.
Unfortunately, this lesson is a lesson that keeps repeating, and we keep seeing tragedies.
Now, the autopsy also determined that the actor had coronary artery disease and COPD, which doctors say is consistent with his heavy smoking habit in life. He was just 54 years old, and Tom Perry was buried at Forest Lawn Memorial Cemetery Memorial Park, just right across the street from where Friends was shot for so many years.
Well, he was on a road to recovery, like you said. It's just so sad because he was on a tour with his book, and he was such an inspiration. He still is, but just to see him to leave us so soon.
Well, and that's the thing, that all these drugs were in his system. They were prescribed at some point, right? And so you're not dealing with, the illegal drug use that maybe he had in the past. It could have been a misuse of drugs that he had been administered, or why he had so much ketamine. We don't know. But we do know that that is what doctors and medical examiners have determined was the cause of death.
All right, Joy, thank you so much.